Welcome back to another episode of Life and Pinstripes. I'm TJ Smoldenberg.
And I'm James.
This is episode number 24.
And Gary
Sanchez.
Gary, the best catcher in all of Major League Baseball.
Indeed. And 24 was also the number of the house, 24 Gray Pine Common, that I grew up in. Love that number. Also is Robinson Cano when he said
Robbie Cano, don't you know?
22 to 24 there for a little bit is a little,
Yes.
had to happen. Well, here we are again, not 3 days after we have filmed prior.
We must have been so excited to do this episode.
Yes, because you would think not many things will happen in a span of 3 days, but guess what? Beautiful things happened in those 3 days, not only in the world of baseball for our Yankees, but also in our personal lives. Quite a fun night.
Oh,
A
yes.
few fun nights in between.
A couple of fun nights. We need to mention it.
We will. We definitely will. And I think we're going to talk baseball in a little bit because our life aspect is really bubbling and boiling over, and we're excited to talk about it. So,
of course.
I think we're going to begin with, James, what did we do the other night?
So after we did our episode, the Limitless episode,
Great episode.
which was a wonderful episode.
And by the way, if you're wondering why it was in black and white, we were dealing with, if you heard in the beginning of the episode, we were saying, should we roll on, should we not? The key light, the backlight was literally...
We had a strobing light. It was literally strobing like that. Like, I could literally dance to it if I wanted to. But I know, first of all, my dancing would have blinded people. And secondly, I don't want to give people problems if they have epilepsy.
Yeah.
I just want to do that.
Epilepsy, no bueno, and our dancing and abilities to look smooth, definitely no bueno.
Definitely not.
So, guess what? Life has been kicking me in the balls a little bit, and my buddy James here said, why don't we, after our episode, why don't I buy you a drink? You could definitely use one. Why don't I buy you 1 or 7?
But to the skull, pretty much.
to the dome. And we not only had a great episode, and we dealt with the black and white
First of all,
flickering lights.
if you ever seen the movie Clerks, think of it that way.
Yeah, it looks
it's
like
a great movie.
Looks like Clerks, definitely does. Good atmosphere, good blend of tones, blacks and whites and grays.
The monochrome, because sometimes...
Monochrome.
Because monochrome, sometimes you just can't identify with it. Think of it that way.
So, I will say this. We go out, and it was one of those nights where it was the first time James and I kind of got to get loose. Most of the times we've gone out together, we've had our female counterparts, a date that James is attempting to persuade that he's awesome, and I'm trying to tell him, dude, you don't need to persuade them nothing. You just are awesome. Let them see it.
Should I just be this way?
Yes.
Just like this?
You shall.
With it, literally, with your backs up?
You should. No, because that's exactly what you're doing. You don't have to show it. You just gotta be it.
I think I could do that easily with no problem.
Yeah, and last week was about, the interesting towing the line, being the nice guy, but also trying to show a girl who you are with a little bit of oomph behind it.
Because everyone likes a little oomph.
And I guess what information that I supposedly passed down to him, some of it did well for the man because, as we'll explain a little later, some good things happened for him later that night.
Yes, but before the good things happened.
Way before
that. Before it looks like it was going to be a night of hopelessness. Not to be the negative Nancy and all that other stuff, but...
Because James is also definitely looking at it from a perspective of, I need a woman. And I was really just looking at it of, me and James are out. If a woman comes by him, that's fun and dandy.
Yeah.
But it was more of a brotherly night out. It was more of a bestowing knowledge upon thee.
It was a bros night out.
Yeah.
But I know you're taking, life is good. Sometimes I'm just keeping my eyes open because
Yeah,
you
of
never
course.
know exactly
James
what's
is always
happen.
James is always on the lookout. Ladies and germs, he's always on the lookout. But he's had an interesting run of some not so interesting girls.
I don't want to talk about that anymore.
And we're not going to talk about it.
Thank you!
So we are going to talk about at the end of the night.
Oh.
Beforehand, we are at this place called 75 Center.
Now, from what I remember, you kept on telling me how you wanted to take me there.
I wanted to take him there because we're from an area called Avon, and
Yes.
the town of Avon
has
basically
nothing to do.
shuts down at 9 o'clock p.m. if you're lucky. 8:30's having a fun night out.
It's like a retirement community.
Yes.
Think of it that way. Then
And
lights off.
The main strip has a couple of restaurants, a couple of bars, but really not bars, not a good young type place to go. Really all you could do in Avon is go to the border of Avon, Simsbury, and Canton basically. Go to the movie theaters.
Or play golf.
That's
pretty much it.
Yeah,
and I am not a golfer at all.
You either loiter outside of a movie place or you hit a ball with a stick. And either one, sometimes you want a little something else in the night. So, we were at 75 Center.
Yeah.
I had recently visited it a couple months back with a friend and boss of mine, Meg. Shout out there. And she was really just being, please come. I have my friend's birthday, and I just don't want to go by myself. And so I'm not really the type to go out. If you've known this from me by now, I'm really not that type.
I'm kind of surprised that you're not that type,
Well,
by the way.
I'll tell you why. It's because I worked at a nightlife bar for my entire life.
Oh, yeah.
I spent every Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, and a couple weekday nights living at this bar.
I completely understand that.
So it's like, I'm used to it. It's like, it's my norm. It's my Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 job is actually really like noon, 4 p.m. till 2 in the morning.
Ooh.
So I'm used to that, and I was actually taken aback. I was in a good way. I was impressed with 75 Center. Place in Sullington on the little main strip in a quaint little part of town.
Yep.
And there's a couple nice bars in that area. There's a very nice Italian and Irish bar in that area. But this place is just that place.
The haven of them all.
The haven of them all, where all folks go. And you have your typical drunk, young, 20-whatever-year-old bumps into a girl, calls her a few names, and then all the dudes in the surrounding area are like, whoa.
Take it easy there, my friend.
They were actually cool and realized this kid is 21, and he's an idiot, and he's drunk, and no matter how many bad words he said, nobody was going to clock him.
No.
Until the dude in the lax penny showed up and didn't know the situation.
No.
The kid was just wandering the street, and the kid in the lax penny, they bump into each other, and all it took was a, what's up, and blows were thrown. At this point, I think James was inside getting us a drink, or maybe using the restroom, I'm not exactly sure. But I was outside just like, yeah, I don't miss this. This is what I don't miss.
Well, this is why you should never, ever get yourself involved in those kind of situations. That's why you just witness it and laugh at them for a little bit, but also feel, actually no, more towards laughing, because you should feel bad for them, but it's like, you know what, you put it to yourself.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, I mean, we're dealing with a lot of idiots out there, and to not make it on a very massive scale, but for a real sad moment real quick, our hearts and our prayers and our true sadness reaches out to the families of those who lost their lives or are still battling in a hospital if they're still wounded in El Paso, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio.
All right.
And also there was a small shooting outside a playground in Chicago.
All right, you know what? Enough with the thoughts of prayers. Something has to happen.
Something is happening, or
something needs to happen. I keep on hearing this. It's like, how many times have you said thoughts and prayers?
So we're going to take a little turn here.
I know. We're
it's gonna we don't like political, by the way. This conversation.
No, I'm sorry.
When you say something needs to happen, do you mean gun laws need to change?
Yeah, because clearly these people, they're not there mentally in the head. Right.
There's a gazillion molecules in this organism, and not every molecule is going to be ABC. Some of them are going to be AX, Batman symbol, knife. So
let's try not to talk about this too much, okay?
Those kids,
it's a tough situation.
You brought it up, guy.
I know.
Now we got to finish it.
Fair.
So when things need to be done, you say this, I agree. However, where I disagree is, you make marijuana illegal, you make anything illegal, people are still going to get their hands on it. And you can make regulations if all of a sudden this guy buys too much ammo or something. Yeah, that can all be done, but what really is going down is there is a war of spirituality that needs to be looked at. And there's so much blame being thrown around at our president, at politicians, at white supremacists who are douchebags.
You know what it is? It's a lot. You look at the people who are creating these mass shootings
and hate.
They're like guys our age.
Yeah, young.
In our 20s.
21, 24,
it's
these
insane.
two shootings. So you know what? This is where we're going to curtail this conversation. We're going to bring it to a halt right here.
Mm-hmm.
We feel for you.
Absolutely.
And for ourselves and for all. And I think the country feels that, yes, when we say something needs to happen, it's really, let's all look within ourselves and also look out. Look out not only to protect yourself and those
beware
you
of your
love.
Beware of your surroundings.
Beware of your surroundings. But look out and see maybe how you can actually find love in all people and realize that the wrapping paper is just wrapping paper. We are all gifts. And you are, quite frankly, the dumbest person I know if you think skin color has anything to do with a person.
It's not. It's literally within us, all these problems that are happening, especially with the mass shootings.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, a box of crayons isn't just one color. You dumbasses. It's all colors.
Yeah.
So,
on that note,
let's
switch it up a little bit.
You see a little fight at a bar, you're like, whatever.
Okay.
And you come back, James comes outside, there was two girls that were grinding up on themselves and each other,
yep.
And they got into a conversation with James.
Yeah,
how'd that go?
Oh, that was a very interesting conversation. Sorry, conversation.
It was a combination.
It was an interesting combination too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just hanging out, we're talking everything that's going on. I figured I'd try to lighten up the whole situation.
The girls, what was that brief conversation you had? I remember you said something to them.
Oh, I'm from a lot of places. Not from just...
No. This is not what you said. Let's go with the truth. James is like, I'm from...
everywhere?
No! I told you to say that.
Well, I know you told me to say
I'm
that.
saying those two weird girls. At first,
I told them from where I was from.
They were like, so where you from, Toots? And you all know these girls don't actually care. They're just being drunk and annoying.
Pretty much, yeah.
And James is like, well, I'm from here. And
I'm from this interesting town.
And I moved from there. And whatever. I'm like, James. Let's go with something.
Yeah. Oh, man, they're on their way home.
Here comes the family. Guess what? We're going to have a mid-episode, hello, how are you, from the family.
Yes.
But we're going to keep on rolling.
Yes.
So... with that, we had a great night. We start walking around. There's a big punching bag, and I'm like, how perfect. An outlet for angst and male testosterone to be released. It's one of those punching bags where like the score rises up, and everyone's like, oh, my turn.
Everyone was hoping for like a score of like 850 or like 900 and all that other stuff.
All of a sudden, this one dude with a huge wingspan, he had like a John Bones Jones wingspan. Like, you couldn't escape him. He... kinetic energied it perfectly. He backed up, pulled up, and power punched it. Should we take a short break?
Yes.
I'm going to click pause, ladies and
gentlemen. Yes, we're going to hit pause for the slightest second.
So, we were just talking about the punching bag that we found at that bar that was great for male testosterone to release. But
oh, yeah, definitely.
Speaking of punches, we're going to roll with the punches, and this is a good punch. This is a fun punch. James happens to live next to my family, and so...
how ironic is that? Think of it that way.
Not only did we see them because James's family arrived home, so we got to go outside, and then we see my family, but guess what? We're going to have them on the episode. So, without further ado... introducing the Isaacsons. Right. Claire and Nicole.
There we go.
Woo!
Round of applause.
Welcome, girls. Yes, my fans.
Hi.
So, ladies, introduce yourself.
All right, I'm Nicole, and I'm Claire.
They're very easy to mix up, by the way.
Yes. Claire is actually... am I pointing in the right direction?
Yes.
Coming from over the pond. And if you recall, the Yankees and Red Sox actually both... played against each other over the pond.
Did they play baseball or football over there? Based off the scores, it felt like a football game.
What? Yeah, it was a slugfest. And I believe, did you get to see a little of the game?
Oh. Yes, I went to the Sunday game.
Wow.
Oh!
How was it?
It was amazing. Just to see, the Red Sox in a foreign territory.
Yeah,
and the Yankees.
Of course.
Not only like a different stadium, it's like a different world.
Different vibe, pretty much, because they're not very familiar with baseball.
No. trying to introduce England into our, we got the football over there now. We're trying to get a little baseball going on. And what was it like? What was the stadium like?
The stadium looked huge. I think there was...
Because it was like a soccer stadium, right?
So it was the Olympic Stadium.
Wow.
In Stratford, London, and it was just huge. So many people there. I think it was probably the biggest attended baseball game that I've been to.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
it's the first series ever, too, in London.
Yeah.
Obviously, the anticipation, and you got the Yankees and Red Sox, most storied rivalry.
It was more than 50% people were British attending the game.
Oh, that's cool.
And they were probably in half and half Boston, half and half like New York.
Yeah.
And mostly were bought that day.
And they got to see quite a slugfest. I mean, they probably think it's all offense.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
That never happens, by the way. 17-13, 12-9, whatever the final score was of the second
That
game.
was crazy. It was legit football scores. 17-13.
Did they understand the game?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Did they?
Two people that sat next to me, they thought that getting on base counted as a point, as they said.
Oh.
Because like cricket.
Yeah.
Because you're going just back and forth to try to get one.
Right.
That's interesting. So they think, why is that not a point?
Yeah.
And they're probably looking at the scoreboard and the hits go up.
Yeah.
And they're like, how is that not the score?
Yeah.
But no, just the score is the runs.
Yeah.
I can see how that's confusing.
My boyfriend that I was with, he was like, when is their halftime? There's a 7th inning stretch.
There's a half inning every half inning.
But that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
It's actually interesting. It's one of those sports without a time clock.
It is.
It is a timeless game. It just has a limit.
Hence the reason why people don't like it that much, because there's no time.
Well,
But we love it.
we love it.
Oh, yeah.
I have patience for it.
Best sport ever.
Some people think it's too long, and we have all these new rules coming in now where they're gonna have
I just have to say
time
this.
clock and everything.
If you think it's too long, one simple advice: don't watch it.
Watch something else. We
I
love
agree.
it. The people that love it, you
Yeah.
love it.
Yep.
Well, I will say this, and we're not going to gloat here, but the London series was wonderful. But this past series, this past weekend, for us Yankee fans out there, was even more wonderful.
I called it the Revenge Series.
Now, they are both Red Sox fans.
And obviously, you know us.
You know what we are all about. So, I will say, it is a delight, because as James was bringing up, last year at the same time,
They kicked our ass.
they kicked our behinds. And this feels like a little bit of revenge.
All right, which leads me to this. Last year, they ended our division dreams. Not only did we end their division dreams, we probably put their season on the line right now.
Yes, there's something about
Unfortunately.
15 or 16.
They're about 14 and a half back of the division. They're about 6 games back of the wild card.
So they still have a hope for wild card, but that is definitely disheartening. What's the Red Sox Nation feeling?
Really nervous, but a bit depressed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Positive that we still have August and September.
There's still 2 months, 2 solid months, the dog days of summer.
Yes.
And I will say, nervous is a good way to put it, because what I was even surprised as was the scores. Like we were destroying them.
Yeah, first game 4-2.
Yeah.
Saturday was a doubleheader. I think it was 9-2 the first game, and
6-4.
6-4. And last night 8-4.
Yeah, it was. I checked it. It was like 7-0.
Or 7-4. Take that back.
And as soon as I turned it on, by the way, Vasquez hit a home run. So I'm like, okay, turn it back off.
Yeah.
But it was a delight to see the Yankees actually pitching, and
For once.
Unlike last weekend.
yeah.
Ooh,
when
my
we gave up,
goodness, we
That
gave up
might have
19
been,
runs in the
yeah.
first game.
I believe we gave up a football touchdown every first inning.
It felt that way.
Paxton did what he did, gave up 3 runs right away, and it was not that fun. Tanaka gave up
Tanaka. I don't think Tanaka pitched this series.
12 last series.
Oh,
last
it's
night
12,
Tanaka gave up
12.
12 earned runs in like
12 earned runs.
slightly over 3 innings.
Like 70
Typical.
pitches, something.
Turned to my trusty co-host over here.
I
don't
did
think
not
I
watch.
have-
I did not watch the series.
Wow, really? I'm not
unfortunately,
the-
but,
Yes, you are.
See, I thought we were talking about this previous series. Okay?
But now this series, it is quite a different story. And
Yes.
we are happy as Yankee fans. But
yes,
you have hope. Hope is still alive
Yes.
out there.
still got about 50 games left.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What can happen in 50 games?
What was weird was such a dominant force, Chris Sale.
Oh my goodness!
Chris Sale gave up 8 earned runs in the 4th, I believe, whatever inning it was.
He got ejected as soon as he left the game.
And it's not like him. It's
I
not
didn't see
like
that,
him.
yeah.
It was the game where basically the wheels came off. And it was true. Even, I'll say this as a Yankee fan, Chris Sale was getting squeezed a little bit.
Yeah, there was a couple of calls that were questionable,
Yeah.
but a good pitcher, they try not to focus on that all that much.
A good pitcher will keep going. And he said it himself in post-game interview, you give this lineup, the Yankees, you give this lineup extra outs, extra
They're going to take
bats.
advantage. They're going to take advantage.
It's going to make you hurt. So, and we did. And that was actually a pleasant surprise. James and I were actually saying, we were a little nervous heading into that series because it was a big series with our pitching being disgusting and we had just done nothing.
At the trade deadline.
Nothing. So, the opposite happened. We all of a sudden did great, and because of the people we already have who have been playing terrible. So, whatever. Baseball. We'll take
great, wonderful sport. Wonderful series.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Pretty much anything can happen.
So how long are you in the States for?
I'm just here a week.
A week.
Oh, wow.
She's gonna get a lot. We're gonna play a softball game on
Cool.
Wednesday. She used to be on the team and then riding her back.
All right.
So
There we go.
she's
Some
back-
support.
Back on the field.
A little welcome home.
We did just play a flag football tournament.
Is that still going well?
Our team won. So
Yeah!
we're repping Connecticut.
Represent! Throwing some passes. You girls going wide receiver. You guys doing well?
I was defense, middle linebacker.
Okay, all right. See, look at this.
I mean, I was
Look
both,
at this. This is
so-
wonderful right now.
It was great.
Heck to the yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun. We were just in Tennessee, family vacation. We were throwing some routes, getting them ready. And they're quite the athlete, this family. Quite the athletes.
I wasn't there. So.
But
You should have been next time.
Yeah,
for real though, next time.
All right.
Next time you'll be there.
But I heard
We'll
I
bring
could
it.
be a wide receiver.
Oh! I got
it.
the wingspan, my friend.
Well, definitely.
And I will say this: what has your summer been like? Have you guys been having a good summer?
Been able to enjoy this hot, humid weather that we've been having?
I've been playing a lot of sports actually.
Doing what you always do.
At least 3 leagues, sometimes 5. And
Awesome.
It's so I spent a lot of time outside. I did live in Newington, and I just moved back home.
In Avon.
In Avon.
Avon.
Yes.
But that was nice, living in Newington, kind of feeling that out, and
Yeah. And
just having a good summer.
first time. Is this the first summer you girls are not existing next to each other?
Yes, so we just had a birthday, actually the day before James' birthday.
Yeah!
July.
July birthdays.
All the Julys. I'll be
And
there.
it's very, very odd not being with her.
Yeah.
It's like
I get
the
it.
only day twins kind of should be together.
Oh,
Yeah.
we should have had a triple birthday bash.
And
Yeah.
you girls are now 26.
Don't push it too much.
Yeah. Dude, so you still reached the quarter century mark.
Dude,
Yes,
even I knew
James-
that. And I'm 24, not 25 like you thought I was. I'm not ready for 25.
No one's hitting the quarter century. I'm the only quarter century, and the girls now are. That's
Yes,
cool.
we are. So
In 20,
Welcome to the big show.
in
We are
2020,
ready.
I'll be a quarter of a century old, which is
Cool.
which is weird.
It is weird.
That is weird.
Age, life, and living with Pinstripes.
We're gonna make 25 look great. So
You already are, and you are, as always, active. The Isaacsons are active. Little shout out to their father, Danny, who's here in studio,
In the studio,
behind the camera. Ever since I've known him, the man has run in races,
Yeah.
and he's always working on something, doing something. I've never seen the man have a sleeve on his arm. It's always getting the sun, getting the sweat, working hard.
Hey, sun's
Yeah.
out, guns
And the
out.
daughters
Think of it
have daughters have followed suit. It's,
Yes.
it's a beautiful thing.
we have, yeah.
Indeed. So, what are you doing after this? You going to wind the trails, you said?
We're going to the lake. It's my vacation until tomorrow, and she gets the whole week off. So
Hey.
we gotta enjoy what we can.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, look at that. There's our 10-minute mark.
Hey,
Girls.
thanks for having us on.
Oh,
Thanks for
hey,
having us on.
we gotta get you on for a full episode soon.
Oh yes, definitely.
We'll try.
And
I'll
the thing
be-
I love best, they actually know baseball. They're not just.
There we go.
And as you hear it, they're playing sports all the time. Are you doing any sports out there?
I broke my finger, so I was.
Oh, I can relate.
It's healed now, but I was about to join. The British call it rounders, and it's basically like softball.
Okay.
Where they call it rounders. They
Wow.
play it in like PE class, but there's also some leagues. So there's a mixed league that I almost joined, but I broke my finger a few days before it started, so I couldn't.
All right.
Oh.
Because I
Alright.
couldn't fit my glove into the
Yeah,
into the
in the
hand.
little
yeah.
cast
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, couldn't
Whoa.
put my finger to the hand.
And when you said finger, by the way, I heard did anybody hear a slight accent? Did anybody hear finger?
A finger.
Did anybody hear that?
A finger.
Hear it?
Yeah,
Hear
he
that?
definitely did.
And you at home will hear it. We'll be able to hear it when we listen to it. I
Oh,
heard
no.
a little accent rubbing off.
There's a little accent.
How's the man? How's Connor?
He's good, yeah. He
You want to give a shout out to him?
hey Connor. He
up,
really
buddy?
enjoyed the baseball game. He said, because it was a over 4 hour long game.
Yeah.
Oh
And he
yeah.
didn't expect that. He said, how long is this? I said, 3-4 hours. Bit shocked. he said, it's really nice because you can leave your seat to grab a beer and nothing will happen.
Right. What a great way to look at it.
Wow. How about that?
Yeah, I said
That's true.
That is a respectful spectator.
And you have 17 opportunities to get up and go get a drink or a bathroom break. That's so true.
Yeah. Wow. He's used to, football, soccer.
Right. And
where you stand up the whole time.
Yeah.
You don't sit down, you can't even drink a beer.
And you're missing something.
You drink all before.
You're
on the
absolutely
train
right about
ride,
that. Well, here we are at the end of our podcast as
episode number 24.
And
Gary,
as the mailman arrives and some strange things happen. What a day it's been. What an
episode it's been.
What a strange episode. But it ends with great things. Love, family.
Yes.
Love you, girls. And this is the end of the episode. Thank you for listening. Where can you find us, James?
Twitter, Life Pinstripes, Instagram, Life and Pinstripes. Your Twitter's, I got no idea what it is.
Stolzenberg TJ.
There you go.
I'm trying to start tweeting, but I'm not good at it.
You're not trying hard enough.
I'm Instagramming.
Yes, you did Instagram.
I saw Instagram.
Really gonna Instagram our version of Freebird in the car?
I could.
You should.
I will.
There you go.
Follow them.
Follow us.
We're great.
Subscribe. Anywho, thank you for listening to Life and Pinstripes. I'm TJ Stolzenberg.
I'm James Yavin.
And these girls are the Isaacsons.
Yes.
Claire and Nicole. And never forget to stop rocking and
or rolling.
Woo! Nice. Killed it, guys. Yeah, good.
Yes. That was quite an episode. Yeah, there we go. All right. Let's stop this camera before the SD card goes into full capacity.
Oh!